BWOne here from BWOne, and in this video I want to give you my review of the Nokia Lumia Icon. The Lumia Icon is so far my favorite Windows phone of 2014. It's a really fun device. We've been using it for about a week and we want to thank Nokia for sending it along to us. It's got some great features and specs that I want to tell you all about and see if maybe this is the phone for you. So let's jump right into the Lumia Icon here itself. It's a really nice device. One of the things you'll notice here as far as design is concerned, it has a very sort of blocky design, very stark design. So it's it has a little bit of a curve here on the back, so it fits in the hand a little bit better for you. And one of the things I want to mention is it does feel really good in the hand. When I picked this up, I didn't really feel it was a phablet device. It felt like a phone first. Even with the 5-inch display, it felt like a nice phone first before anything else. So that's something definitely you want to take notice, is to really pick up the device if you're interested in it, see how it fits and feels in your hand. If you're not interested in the phablet style of a phone, this doesn't really feel that way even with the big display. I also have big hands as well too, so you know that I make things look a lot smaller than in most phones in most cases here. The trimmed metal here that you can see all around it really makes a nice premium feel with it. Adds a little bit of weight to it, but it feels like a nice solid build. Doesn't feel like it's gonna break or crumble. Doesn't feel too fragile. Feels really nice in the hand overall here. As you can see, pretty cool. And it's one of those devices you can kind of stand up like this. I always like when you can take a device, just kind of stand it up like that. Pretty cool, especially when watching video or something. Just be able to go boom, just put it up just like that, and there you go. I really do like that. I like being able to do that with a nicely designed phone here, which is in the Lumia Icon. As far as one of the other things that you'll see and you notice immediately is the 5-inch 1080p display. Really nice, sharp, vivid display. One of the things that's nice about being 1080p, it allows you to fit more icons on the screen, because Windows Phone doesn't have, and this is running the latest version of Windows Phone 8, which I believe is GDDR3. I'm not exactly sure the exact lettering, but it runs a Nokia Black update. You might have heard of that before. So it's got the latest and greatest features that you can get inside of a Windows phone. And what I like about it is that you can fit as many icons as you want to on the screen here. You have multiple rows that you can do, and that's really going to be good for when you need quick access to things, and also when you're looking for notifications, because live tiles are how Windows Phone notifies you of notifications or anything, or events or things that are happening, such as text messages, emails, Instagram messages, Facebooks, things of that nature. And unfortunately, there isn't a notification. It still needs it, and pretty much we're probably going to see that in the next update. But it does help out, and like I said, it allows you to just have all these icons sitting right here, and you can resize these as you want to. So if I want to make the calendar a little bit smaller, I can. See here, so I'm pressing the wrong thing because I'm doing it on camera, of course. I can make it a little bit smaller. I can go into the calendar. I can remove it if I want to. If I want to just get rid of it, I can go unpin. I can go unpin like this, tapping on there. All right, how about I do it the right way? There we go. There we go. And it just gets rid of it just like that. Usually a lot easier than that. I'm making it a little more difficult there because of recording, but it's just easier to navigate and easier to add as many things as you want to on it. But you slide to the side here, you do get all your applications, all that will show up in here in ABC order. And because this is a Lumia device, you do get all the Nokia branded applications already pre-installed, such as Nokia Cinematography, Cinemagraph, Creative Studio, Nokia MIG, Storyteller, Nokia Camera, which we'll get into a little bit later with that here, because this has a pretty nice 20 megapixel camera. Also with the display, it looks really good, and you can still see it very well when you're in daylight, when you're outside, which is a lot of smartphones. You go outside, you can't see the phone when you're looking outside. But with the Lumia Icon, because of the display technology inside of it, you can see the display in broad daylight. I mean, right now in Massachusetts and Boston, or in the Northeast in general, we haven't seen the sun in probably like what feels like almost 6-7 months now, with so many snowstorms that we've had. But you can still see the display even when it is bright outside, and be able to interact with it very well. So it's one of the nice things I like about the Lumia Icon, and definitely with this display here. So that's pretty cool. It looks good for video content and picture content as well too. You're going to see that as we sort of navigate around. That's another thing I want to talk about, video and picture. This does come with a 20 megapixel pure view camera. It's another great feature here with it. As you hear the ambulance go by, that's another cool thing about this camera, is because it does have a 4 built-in microphones for the 1080p video capture. We'll let that go on by there. But if you're outside, you'll be able to catch that in really good quality. You can check out the sample video that we're gonna put up right here, and you can really hear how good the audio quality is and such when you're recording with 1080p at 30 frames per second. All right, guys, BWOne here. We're taking a test of the Nokia Lumia Icon's 20 megapixel camera with 1080p HD video capture, and it's supposed to have some pretty awesome mics with it as well too. We finally got somewhat of a decent day here in the Boston area, so we can actually walk outside and not freeze our buns off. And there's some cars coming by here. It gets a little louder. Hopefully it's picking up that audio too. It's supposed to have around 4 mics, I believe, around it, so it's supposed to create some good audio quality with it. You can see there, it's pretty nice. Some people coming up and such. Take a look at the playground here a little bit. Got some photos of that. Okay. Lots of snow, no one's balling on that court anytime. Personally, pretty good. I really do like it, and you know, Nokia's always been the king of cameras when it comes to cameras and mobile phones, and they pretty much continue that here with this Lumia Icon. So pretty cool there. Hope you guys enjoyed the sample. And with that great video quality and that good audio with the video, it also comes with a great 20 megapixel camera. It looks really good. Photos look great on here. It isn't like the 41 megapixel killer that the Lumia 1020 is, but it does a pretty good job of taking photos, and it takes them pretty fast as well too, because it is 20 megapixels. But what it does is it takes a smaller picture. It takes 2 different pictures for you. So we'll actually show you here in the camera here itself, in the camera application. Let's go ahead and bring that up here, and what you'll see is we'll go into settings here. Very simple camera, but it packs a lot of great features here. We don't want to do the tutorial. We want to go ahead and go into here, go into settings. When we jump in there, we can take a look here. This is what I want to show you here. So when you take a photo, you have the option of taking what it does, it takes 2 photos and processes. It takes a 5 megapixel shot and a 16 megapixel shot. So it takes 20 megapixels of data, crunches it down, and makes a 5 megapixel shot for you to share, and a 16 megapixel shot with just for high resolution sharing and editing, and if you want to do a little more advanced stuff with that. And you can also have the negative saved as well too. If you want the digital reframe and digital negative mode, you can save those as well too with it. So it's pretty cool, and but it's a lot faster than with the 1020 in terms of doing that, but it is taking in a lot less data, but that allows you to get in some great photos and such. And here's some of the video settings that you could see here too. You have smart sequence and pictures and such with that. But overall, the camera is going to be great. If you're a camera buff, if you're the person that like, I want to take the best photo possible on my phone, I want to go around saying my camera is better than yours, definitely with the Lumia Icon, you're going to be able to say that here with, like I said, with the 20 megapixel camera. And that's all powered by some pretty powerful specs. So here comes a little bit of geeky stuff. This does come with a quad-core processor and 2 gigabytes of RAM. So it allows a lot of these things to happen very fast, very fluid, allows the interface to be fluid as well too. And just powers things really well with it. It does come with 32 gigabytes of storage. About 23 to 24 gigabytes of that is available to you as a user. There isn't any expandable storage, but you can use Microsoft's OneDrive storage. No longer costs SkyDrive. It's called OneDrive, even though the menu still says references SkyDrive. It is OneDrive. It's one and the same thing until they updated in here in Windows Phone to say something different. But you get a free 7 gigabytes of cloud storage if you haven't signed up for it before, and you can have things auto upload to there. So if you need additional storage, you can use that. But let's talk about the quad-core processor a little bit more. Like, one of the things you notice it here is with the gaming as well. Like some games really run real well with it, and that's kind of the basis with quad-core processing. It allows you to run games and powerful applications a little bit better, mainly for the gaming side of things. And it's just a game that doesn't really take a lot of graphical power, but I just want to show you how a game sort of look on here. You do have Xbox Live support, so if you are an Xbox gamer, you can take advantage of using that. This is Subway Surfer, just a game I like to play and use as sort of an example here. And I'm probably gonna mess this up. Let me go ahead and die. But you do have Xbox available inside of here, Xbox Live. Let's go back in here, let's close out. If it'll let me, there we go. Ooh, went back a little too far. There we go. So you do have Xbox support in here. You can see me in there. Most of you guys know my gamer tag from my other games on there. I need to game a little bit more often than I have, but you do have the ability to get your Xbox Live on here. So certain games do support it for game points and stuff like that, for gamer tag points. I mean, and things like that. It does have Xbox Smart Glass, so if you're an Xbox One, you can control your Xbox with this new Lumia icon as well too. Pretty cool. You can see your friends list, all sorts of great stuff. So if you're in Xbox Live, you can have that there. That's pretty cool there. Let's jump in here, show you some of the photos. I went over the camera a little bit earlier, but just to give you an idea of sort of what the screen sort of looks like. A little bit deeper here in the 5-megapixel screen. You can see there kind of how things look. Get a look at how video is going to look on here.
All right, guys. BWOne here. We're taking a
turn it down just a little bit so you can hear me. All right, you can see right there. We can fast forward a little bit around. See how video looks on here. Video quality looks great. One of the things I would opt is getting the black version over the white version. The only reason I would say that is because I like how, like, you can see how the front of the phone really has sort of it's all sort of black, and the screen itself is black, and it kind of looks like all just screen there. And with the trimmed accent, sometimes when you're looking at it, it can be a little bit distracting. But if you have it in sort of the all black mode, it looks just a little bit better. It kind of makes the screen a little bit more pronounced, I would say, there with that. So if you had a choice between the two, I would probably choose the black one. But the white one does look pretty good as well too here with it. But it does get some stains here now and then that are easily rubbed off, so there's no worries there. Also, with all that power, you do get all the connectivity that you need. It does come with 4G LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC as well too. Also wireless charging. So if you do have a wireless charging plate, it's built into here, and you can wirelessly charge your device as well with it. So it is a phone that's packing a lot of great features here. Even a great front-facing camera that you can see right there at the top that does 720p 720p video recording. It does take wide-angle photos. So if you're taking selfies, you can, and you want to include somebody else in your selfie photo, you can do it just with the front-facing camera on here, because it's a wide-angle lens, so you can get both of you in one shot. So that's pretty cool there. But overall, it's a great device, this Lumia icon. I really do like it. It's one of my, like I said, it's one of my favorite phones right now going in 2014, and for Windows Phone in general. This is really the phone that I wish it was on every carrier. It's exclusive to Verizon, but this is like a flagship phone that everyone should have, that allows to get the Lumia branding out there, and it just gets better Windows phones out there for everyone. This is packing everything that you need inside of it. It's got great battery life as well too. It's got solid battery life on it. I was able to go a full day without needing a charge with it. And most Windows phones have really good battery life, but this has really good battery life with it. Really do like that. Call quality is good too. Not really awkward when you talk on it. It's pretty comfortable, as you can see here. It doesn't have that bend like the Flex does, where it kind of, you know, contours to your face, but this does feel good. Doesn't feel very awkward. And like I said, it feels like a phone first, more so than like a phablet or anything. I really do like the Lumia icon. And if you're a person that's doesn't need a lot of Google services, that's one key thing I would mention here with this. If you're really tied into Google services, it might not work out well for you here. But if you're not really tied into that, and you're really looking for a cool smartphone that has all the social networking with it, and you want a great camera, like your big thing is you're a camera buff, you take pictures of everything, you're the person at the party that's always the one with the photos, and you want to have the great camera to take all the great photos, to take those great memories and share them very easily, the Lumia icon is one you're going to want to go with it. This might be here the phone for you, because it does have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those are all applications that are available for the Windows Phone platform, so you can do that as well too. Easily share all your great pictures along, and just, it's really good for that photo buff and somebody that's looking for a powerful device, and maybe you're tied more into Microsoft services. This is the power device that you've been waiting for and looking for. It's on Verizon, so if you're on Verizon, you can grab it, which is a good network, but I would really have liked to have seen it available to everyone, and I think they'll find a way to do that, because and I think in the US, outside the US, it's going to be called the Lumia 929, which is going to have pretty much the same sort of features here with it. But overall, great device coming here from Nokia. One I would definitely recommend picking up here. So if you like this review, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have a little bit of added thoughts at the end of this video, so be sure to watch all the way to the end here as we're wrapping things up. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page, like this video, give us a thumbs up. It really does help us out. And this is the Nokia Lumia icon, and we'll have a full written review of it as well too. The link to all that, our social networks, and on our main website will be in the description. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching. All right, so like I told you, I was gonna have sort of some extra thoughts here about, these are sort of my personal thoughts here about the Lumia icon. I really like this device. I wish it was a device that came out around the time when I really was using Windows Phone. It's kind of that power user device. I wish it would have came out a couple of years ago. You know, Verizon, Nokia, why did you wait this long here, you know, for these type of things? I'm more of an Android user. I do use the, I'm using the Galaxy Note 3 right now as my main device, and I've gotten more tied into a lot of Google services. So now that becomes sort of a thought when it's like, oh, maybe I can just switch over easily, you know, use Windows Phone a little bit more. But now I'm more tied into Google services. I don't know if I can just kind of move over. The transition isn't as easy. Microsoft's got to figure that out. You know, they got some pretty cool services as well too, and you can match those things up. But it's a little bit more of a, I gotta think of each thing that I possibly need to add to make sure that I have the same experience I had on my previous operating system to the new one. So if I'm going from Android to Windows Phone or Windows Phone to Android, you got to try to match a feature as best you can. And you got to think about those things because you don't want to lose anything, but you also want to take advantage of things as well too. So you want to make sure you get the best of services, the best of both worlds, and that's something that Microsoft's got to figure out with, you know, with some of these other services out there, especially with Google. They got a little bit of a squabble going on. They really, you know, Google service is something that they really should look into getting into more Windows phones, because I don't think it's going to necessarily prevent people or stop people from using Microsoft services, but I think what it will do is it'll at least introduce them into the Windows Phone platform, and then maybe they want a little bit more tighter integration or more things they see from Microsoft, like Office 365, which is a lot better than Google Drive right now. Google Drive is pretty good, but Office 365 offers some great features. Same thing with OneDrive, and their cloud storage services is really good. The gaming is really good. All those things like that. And even email, but you know, some people are really tied to the Google-based stuff, so it's like, can I bring that over? You know, it all really depends there. So I really do, like I said, I like the Lumia icon. Personally, I would have picked this up, you know, if it came out a couple years ago, and when I was really using Windows Phone a little bit more. We'll see, you know, maybe I'll switch to it, maybe I'll do a challenge with it. You guys let me know if you want me to do some type of challenge with it or not. But overall, like I said, Lumia icon is in the right direction. They just need to get another powerful phone like this, get those, you know, get those great Microsoft services, give me the best of both worlds. I want Microsoft and Google services all in one, you know, device. I want to be able to pick and choose what I want to use as a user, and I really would like to get the best of both worlds. I know you guys are competing, but come on here, you know, it's just better for the consumer that way, and allows us to choose and have more diversity, of course. So like I said, really like the Lumia icon. But like I said, I picked this up myself, and if you're looking for a Windows phone, you're on Verizon, grab this. Nokia, Microsoft, get this style of phone. Get this as a flagship phone that you can get on every single carrier with the same name. And I think you guys got a real winner here. So that's all I got to say. Always remember to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.